entrepreneurs. Oh, there we go. Recording. Connect entrepreneurs with lenders that value character and community over credit scores, for example. This is really a design to ensure that women, minority-owned businesses, people from diverse backgrounds get access to capital through private or through the power of crowdfunding. So it's such a unique tool. It's such a unique program. And from this, I've been able to make some other connections. So emphasis over the next few months, actually, I've kind of have a lineup of people that I'm talking to who have access to other resources or networks that might be in the same space for continued funding, for continued access to capital, in addition to some other one-on-one mentorship opportunities. So I'll be sure to share those with you once we have some of that firmed up. But just really proud of each of you for going through this program. I know when you're running a business, that's like there's not enough time of the day already, let alone making time and space for you and your personal growth. But that's such an important component of running the business and feeling like you have all the tools you need and can rely on your people to make things happen, and be the best leader you can be. So it's a growth mindset that I think is super important as you're running a business. And it's something that I try to practice often in different, whether that is on the work front or the home front, or even in relationships. You can find out so much about yourself as you're going through these different leadership programs or mentorship opportunities. So I commend you on that. It is no easy task to, remain committed to things over the course of 7 months when you've got a lot on your plate. So thank you for doing that and being a part of it. I'll kind of wrap up with a few specific opportunities, but I just want you to know that we're really proud of all the work that you're doing. We're so thankful that you're here in Iowa running these businesses, because we need more of each and every one of you doing all the great work you're doing. And I'd love to find some really meaningful connection points in the next year or two as we continue this program. And I hope you know that you guys can be those shining examples of the businesses that are, a huge success because of programs like Kiva. So we might tap you for testimonials or just kind of to be a face of, successful small business ownership in Iowa at some point. So we'll keep tying you into things, but in general, I just wanted to say thank you. And thank you to Kauffman, even though they're not on the call. They're the ones that funded this program to ensure this collaboration between our organizations could happen. And that's all I've got. So we've got a mentor or two on the call here. You want me to hand it off, or you want to cue that in, Larissa?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Thank you, Caitlin. Anj, thank you so much for being here. I know it's late where you are, but it's been such a special mentor. And we have other mentors that sent notes. Wood can't be here. He has another work schedule, but he enjoyed a lot working with you, Jen. And Vanessa also said she sent a note apologizing for not being here, Beja, but Anj, I'm going to give you a moment if you want to speak a few words. I know Lakeisha, Natasha not here yet, but you can speak to the group, I suppose.
Lakeisha's here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lakeisha's here. Oh,
yeah,
hi.
Lakeisha's
Sorry.
here. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. I don't know if you can see her on the screen, bottom right.
Hi.
Hi, and congratulations to the amazing ladies that are graduating today. It was really a great moment for me. I love Global Good Fund, and anytime that there's anything that I can do to be of any use, I'm always there. So I'm very, very grateful to have met two amazing, hardworking ladies, Lakeisha and Natasha. I'm so proud of what they're doing, very proud of the growth, of also the great exchange we've had. They've allowed me to be of some encouragement and guidance. And even though I'm on the other side of the continent, and we are not in the same sector, but I'm glad that during our coaching session, there were great discoveries, some income, some achievements that were made actually part of the leadership goal. So very grateful to have been allowed to be a part of this success, and I've gained two friends. I know we're not going to stop there. So yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Anj. Now we open the floor to anybody who would like to share. Nasli, now you also want to share a few words as you also a mentor.
I did, even though my
Yes.
mentee Natasha is not here. She had a loss in her family. So I just was so impressed by her. I just want to share that with the group. She had a lot of she's carrying a lot of different responsibilities, which I think all of you have, multiple roles that you play, and just sticking with this program and just carving the time and just staying focused, you know, one step at a time. I think it was really, I think, helpful for her to not get too overwhelmed by everything that is happening, as it all happens in our lives. But sticking with, you know, your dream, your goal with the businesses that you have started, and just, you know, small wins are big wins. A win is a win, and then there are always setbacks, but again, day in and day out, just sort of getting up and, you know, putting your, you know, best foot forward, and then taking advantage of the support system that Caitlin has put together. So I just wanted to share that it's been a pleasure and a privilege to work with her, and to also work with all of you. And we are here to continue to be your cheerleaders and supporters. And if there are things that we can continue to do to support your businesses and yourselves as you move forward in life, you know, I think we always say with the Global Good Fund, once you're part of us, you are a part of us. You know, feel free to always, you know, reach out and keep in touch, and we'll do our best to support you as best as we can. All right, with that, I am done.
Thank you so much, Nasli. Now we're opening the floor for anybody that wants to share, you know, experiences through their coaching, through their mentorship. How was the journey for you, and also what's next? I'm very curious to hear from you.
I can go.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, Jen.
You're welcome. Well, first of all, I have to say thank you very much, because I was very new as a business owner, and these leadership programs really helped me to focus on my business and to really use growth opportunities to my advantage. And it's actually led to some other, the Goldman Sachs program. I was selected for that. And also having this as a background and being able to say I am part of the Kiva group helped me get into that group, which is awesome. So I think the value of continued education as a business owner is crucial to growth. So I'm so, so grateful, because this really was the first time I ever heard of anything like this. So I'm just very, very thankful. For me, I've been able to focus on growing my business. I've franchised, and I am currently getting ready to go into the tollway system in Chicago, selling bubble tea. And then thereafter to get set up in Gulf Shores with a corporate location. And then I'm working on a couple of franchise sales at 2 event centers. So my business is now more on focus to grow the way it should organically. So I'm very appreciative.
We're so proud of you, Jen. That's amazing. And it's been such an honor working with you and watching your business grow, and just your overall tenacity, like day in and day out, is so impressive. And, you know, so thank you for sticking with it and watching it pay off, you know, over and over again. And just so everybody knows, you know, there is an opportunity to access another loan once you pay off your Kiva loan, if that's something you're interested in. And Jen is actually at that stage right now. So congrats on paying off and accessing another, and you're well on your way. So, and I'm sure, I mean, I don't want to offer you up as like more time, but like if someone wants to check in, you know, on what you're doing and how maybe you made that jump, if that model fits for anybody else's business, you know, I want you guys to ensure that you have each other as a resource as well. So it's great. Congrats.
Thank you. And yeah, I would be available if anybody wants to know, especially the franchising piece. There's a lot to it, but I'd be happy to share all my knowledge for sure.
Wonderful.
Thanks.
Denise, I saw you jumped in. Welcome. We're just sharing a few words of, you know, encouragement, and how was this journey for you? We are concluding this current program, but of course your journey as a business owner, as entrepreneur continues. So if you would like to share a few words and talk about what's coming up next for you, you're welcome. But yeah, I'll open the floor again.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. No. I don't know. I can just say it's been a little rough here and there, bumpy roads up and down. But other than that, things look like they're about to come back up. I don't know. It's been rough. That's all I can say.
Well, I'm glad you were able to tap into these types of resources, and hopefully it was a support for you, Maddie. I know you've been through a lot with business and it sounds like it's coming around, but that's
Yeah,
tough. I
it
mean,
is.
that's real. Like those like Nazleen was saying, getting up every day and putting your best foot forward, that's not an easy thing to do. So we commend you on that.
Yes.
Stick with it. The kids need you.
Yeah, I'm been doing it. I'm getting where I need to be. It took me a minute to get back there, but
Yeah.
yeah, I fell
Yeah.
down a bumpy road and I'm coming back together.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that. We're here for you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? Don't, no pressure. We appreciate a couple people pitching in, but if there's anyone else that'd like to share, we'd love to hear from you.
I would. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Yep. It's a little
Oh,
muffled, but I think we can.
You say it's a little muffled.
Yeah. Can you guys hear okay? Okay.
I can
Go for it.
hear.
Okay, good. So it was a pleasure joining the program and, having this opportunity to be mentored. Angie was great. I mean, I couldn't ask for anybody any better. She was so understanding, and she knew that everybody had personal things, going on, but she was like, if she had to change the time for us or, be a little later or a little sooner, she was willing to work with us. I had a real busy schedule. So I'm at work now, and it's hard juggling my business and work because this is like my right now income, guaranteed income, and the business is not guaranteed income, and I got kids to support. So I did come to the conclusion that I'm going to chill out on the business right now. I'm not giving up on it, but I'm going to chill out on the business because I don't have room for it right now. It's becoming too stressful, and pick up later on when I'm in a better position and able and have the support that I need to pick up on it. Right now, it's just like, it just became too stressful and I decided to just like fall back. But I did learn to put myself first during these sections. I wasn't doing it at all. And it's been a relief with doing it, with putting myself first and dropping other people's problems and habits and coming to me. So it was a pleasure working with you, Angie. I'm happy that I was able to meet such an amazing person and gain a new friend. Like she said, gain a new friend. And I look forward to working, doing something else later on. Well, I'm going to stay with the same business, but I'm looking forward to growing later on when I have a more open opportunity.
Well, that's not an easy decision to make. So thank you for
I
putting yourself
know.
first. And it's, that's a financially responsible, and it sounds like, personally a responsible thing to do for you, for your family, for everybody involved. So I love that you're still keeping it in mind for the future and understanding that, maybe it's just not the right timing right now, but it's such a unique concept. And I know it means a lot to you, that business. So thank you for sharing that and being vulnerable. That's important in this space, and to be able to do that while you're growing your business, super important. So thank you for sharing that, and congrats. I hope it's a bit of a weight lifted for the time being.
For the time being, yes.
Yeah.
It's mind bothering because, I put so much into it,
Yeah.
but I'm not getting what I put into it. I'm not even getting that out of it. So it's like waste more money that I don't have and go into a deeper depth that I can't afford to do. So I'm like, I'll just chill out for now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good. Thank you. Perfect.
Evie, Beja, you want to share something?
Yeah, sure. I'll share. Um, so my mentor is Vanessa, who is just honestly, I told her before, like when I was speaking to her last week, I think it was, if you ever seen the movie Jersey Girl, like with Jamie Gertz, like in the 90s, and there was a scene where she was sitting there and she was like, I want to be like that girl, like a city girl, like, I just wonder like where she's going. And so Vanessa reminds me of that. It's like I'm always such in awe of, someone like that who moves in this business, which is, finance is her business, and she has such power in that position, and she's just any and everywhere, and just taking charge, and that's just amazing to me. um we both, came to like the mutual conclusion that while I just was like not like in a mentorship like state with my startup, we still, gain value in each other by, just speaking and things of that nature. Um, my sector of media entertainment's a little bit more difficult like to pin down as far as like, people being able to guide me if you don't have like, direct industry access, which is fine. But the information and, the talks that we had, I feel were still invaluable to me. So I appreciate that. Um, we've Animoy started moving in a direction where we're finally getting our MVP together to at least shop for investors, like to pitch, for capital. So that's where I'm currently headed right now. Going back into the lion's den, so to speak, to secure my investor, and just continuing to create content and to create a space that I'd like to see, in the industry that I'm working towards. So um, overall, the program was good. I appreciate Kiva for connecting me to the Global Good Fund. I appreciate Larissa for keeping in contact with me and keeping me up to date, and still helping me find other resources that can help me push forward. So that's always much appreciated. And yeah, I really enjoyed. I enjoyed everyone that I connected with, and anything I was able to offer as far as whether it be advice or guidance or resources that I've been able to take part in the past. Always happy to do it. Especially when it comes to other women entrepreneurs. It's so nice to see us pushing forward. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name. It is really tough decision to decide to take a step back. So I do commend you on that, because it's not easy. But it is good that where you're at and where you're wanting to go, and just what's feasible for you at this time. So I really do. I think that's really brave of you. So I wish you luck with that, and I wish everyone luck with their businesses. Miss Bubble Tea, I hope you drop the link, because actually I do love it. I travel around a lot. So like I've been to Japan and all that good stuff. So I know a little bit about the tea, business. So yeah, so I'm really excited to try that at one of your franchises at one of the stores that you have open, and you guys just keep doing it, and I will do the same.
That's great. Thank you, Beja. Just reinforcing that everybody's here for each other. And I love that kind of shared level of like leadership and love across everybody in their business. And yeah, it sounds like there's a lot happening with what you're working on. So I'm glad you were able to find some value. I had to look up your reference to your early comparison of the mentor. I was like doing some Googling, like who is it? That's great. I love it. Now I have like a total visual in my head. So thank you for painting that picture. So yeah, wonderful. Great. Phoebe, anything you want to share?
Yeah, right now, our time is one of the most valuable assets that we have. There's not enough hours in the day to do everything. And the fact that someone else, another successful woman in business, was, dedicated and dedicated time and providing some really valuable feedback and
just some really good insight, and it was very encouraging. And I really did get some good things out of it, and that I'm using now. And I'm grateful to the fact that our business is really busy. We just finished a catering order for Great America for 450 people, and I'm just running around making sure everything runs smooth. But definitely got some really good reminders and some really good feedback that I'm utilizing, and just wanting to keep going and just grow my business and keep moving forward. So yes, thank you.
Amazing. Well, we know it is a busy day. It sounds like it's a busy day for you. That's a very large catering order. But that's amazing. Congratulations. So if you need to pop off, like by all means, but you know, it's been fun kind of seeing all the new things that you're coming out with. So thank you for sharing that with the community and making those connections here locally, and excited to see your name just pop up on all places. On that note, one of the opportunities we have is actually in our space. We're kind of working out this. We have like commercial kitchen there, which you've seen at Phoebe. And actually, Jen, you may have seen it as well. So behind that wall, there's like a whole setup. So we would love to do some like test kitchen pop-up kind of concept things that people can come in and we can feature someone each month. So be on the lookout for that. We're getting up to code and making sure we have everything that we need to before we can start kind of rolling that out. But it'd be fun to get you some exposure in new ways and people from across the state. If you know someone in the food industry that wants to be a part of something like that, let us know. But just kind of putting some final touches on that before we share it with you. So thank you for all you're doing. Yeah,
I
Lakeisha.
have a question. So, can you guys keep me updated on like if there's local pop-up shops or something? Because if I'm available, I still got a lot of inventory that I still have to get rid of. So
Okay.
I'm willing to still jump on some pop-up shops and stuff like that.
That's great. Actually, you want me to roll into the final section, Larissa, and I can just roll some of that out? Okay, great.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
thank you for saying that, Lakeisha. That's a good segue. We've got a couple things coming up, and just generally there are a few, like going into summer, you know, there's a lot of opportunity for that pop-up style space. So I will definitely keep you in mind. One of the events coming up, and I'm not sure if anybody's attended, but we have what is called EntreFest. It's on June 13th and 14th. It's usually bounces between Iowa City and Cedar Rapids. Our organization hosts it. We're doing it in Cedar Rapids this year. But it's a 2-day conference. It's celebrating the spirit of entrepreneurship and innovation, kind of people coming together at all different levels of business, sharing ideas and their successes. There's a lot of different speakers that come from out of state. And then we've got some local voices as well. I am still in the process. I will drop the link. It is a, $250 ticket, but we're trying to figure out how we can kind of offset that cost, especially those that are involved in these types of programs. So stay tuned in. But one way we might be able to get you a ticket or a freebie of some sort is through the vendor shop that I'm pulling together as well. We did a version of this last year. It's sort of a nice way to just get some exposure, sell some items. I think we had 3 vendors last year, including Gabby, who was a part of this. She had a hot sauce company. I think she made a handful of sales. It was also just a good way to get in the mix, different entrepreneurs, different stories, getting kind of jazzed about possibilities, and making different connections with people in that space can be kind of empowering and inspiring, the lift someone might need in a week. So, and in addition to those sessions, it's just a nice touch point between the entrepreneurial community. So that's coming up June 13th and 14th. Again, I'll send you that information. I'll drop it here first. But hold off on buying tickets because it will either get you a discount code or a free ticket if you are involved in any way. So I'm meeting with our events coordinator this week to figure out food vendors and our pop-up vendors. So that kind of encompasses a few of you on this call. So I'll let you know. So that would be one thing. And then we've got an ongoing series called 1 Million Cups, where entrepreneurs are able to come into our space and present on their business and kind of share out what they're working on. That's also like we have stories of people that maybe it didn't go as planned, and they truly it's done, they exited, or maybe they quote unquote failed in some way and are trying something different. But there's all different stories, someone who might be just like taking a break and trying something new, but it might be a good way for you to get feedback or kind of perspective from different people in the community. So that's a free opportunity that we have every Wednesday. And then we also have something called the Startup Speaker Series, which is a regularly, like I think it's a monthly, kind of rotates between different parts, but it's near you, Lakeisha. I believe they have it in Earth Liberty. Anyway, different topics, marketing, finance, design, other things that, businesses might be thinking about or working. So just to keep tapped in, and be in those spaces where you're having those conversations to kind of just, if that's something you need to focus on this month, or maybe it's kind of something that's coming up that you need to learn about, whatever it might be, it's always good to just kind of stay tuned into that sort of thing. So I will follow up with a few of those opportunities. And then I'll reach out to you individually if there's a space for like a vendor situation or pop situation. So
Okay.
yeah, generally like there's a lot that's coming through. Especially if you follow us on Facebook, I'll drop that to you as well. So our organization, you'll be able to see all the updates that we have if you follow us, or you can get on our newsletter via Facebook as well. So yeah, take a look at that. And then I am going to I'll reach out to you guys individually, but I would just say those are like the next couple months, but we've got a lot of different programming that happens throughout the year. So let's make sure to stay in touch, reach out to me anytime if you're looking for something. I also just wanted to throw it back to Larissa and Nasleen and say thank you so much. We are so glad to be a part of this Global Good Fund community. So thank you for your partnership. It means so much to all of us at our organization, specifically me, because I get to work with you guys. And you've been such a joy to work with. So thank you for all that you do to keep us connected, to share your mentors with us. And it sounds like it's been a really incredible experience for everyone. So I'm so glad to hear that. Otherwise, let's see, what else do we have here except, another props to all of you and the survey. I don't want to forget the survey. There is a wrap-up survey that I want to make sure everybody takes so that we can get any sort of the feedback. So anything you shared here today or anything you didn't share that you think is important, we want to hear about that so we can continue to advance the program and make sure that it's everything it can be and more. So please take a few minutes to fill that out. Otherwise, let's see. Andre, I see there's something in the chat. Yes. Okay. I will drop my email here as well. Is that, were you looking for my email? Okay. Perfect. There you go. Anything else I'm missing before we wrap up? All right. Look at us. Half the time. But we're going to get you guys a little something in the mail too. So be on the lookout. If your address has changed or anything, let me know. Otherwise, I'll use the address that's associated with your application in the system. So you can just text me if that looks different. And some of you I already know have updated addresses. So, all right, Nasleen, Larissa, anything else?
Yeah, it was a great pleasure working with you all, seeing you all, evolve and keep working. Never enough to say, like, keep engaged, keep reaching out. We're here, email or text message away. And yeah, thank you, Caitlin, so much for, being a great partner.
Yeah, of course, of course. All right. Well, y'all have a wonderful windy Wednesday. And
Right.
hopefully I'll see some of you soon. Thanks again.
Thank you, Anj, for being here.
Yes, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Means a lot. All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye.